Hey, folks, welcome to InTheMoneyStocks.com's live trading action video. My name is Gareth Soloway, Chief Market Strategist here. Today's date is Wednesday, July 10th, 2019. So let's talk about the S&P real quick, then I'm going to get into one of my favorite chart setups on a safer stock. Some of you guys like to be in safer stocks that still can, in my opinion, this stock should give you about a 20% payout within the next month or so. So I still think it's a great play, but it's known as being a safer, longer term, steady Eddie kind of stock, but it's a great chart setup. All right, so bottom line is I've been predicting for the last week and a half the S&P would get over 3,000. Today it did do that. It has pulled back below 3,000. What I'm watching today is see the previous pivot high right here. Notice how we're trading just below that. Watch to see if we close above that level. The level would be around 299. If you close above 299, the market has more upside in the coming days. You're probably looking at 3,025 to 3,050 on the S&P before I think there's a major top potential in play. All right, so keep that on your radar. We are seeing oil having a big day today. Gold's up, and again, a lot of this is on the back of Powell's comments. He's testifying before Congress today, and he put out his comments at 8:30 in the morning, and the markets obviously loved him. We were actually down on the futures 10 plus points on the S&P overnight, but as you can see, we're sizably up today, so it's been a big reversal off those lows in the overnight. Okay, let's get into that stock everyone's waiting for here. Kraft Heinz, guys. Look at this chart. So you had this flush here. So first off, look at the longer term chart. I mean, this stock has been pounded. But what I love about this is you got the reversal here, and then look at the flag that's been being put in. And then look at today. Today above the 50 moving average. I want to see a close above, and I think you start seeing a bigger move up. My target on this is pretty clear. Gap window short term, just around that 36 level. So it's a little less than 20% upside. But I think about for a Kraft Heinz that pays a great dividend, this is a fantastic target for the short term. And I think, again, within the next 4 to 6 weeks, you could hit this, which, again, you can't beat, especially considering the stock pays a decent dividend out. They have some financial issues. The company already finished its internal audit. They're waiting to get signed off on from a larger entity, the SEC or whoever it is. They're doing that kind of external look. But ultimately, I think they'll get their stuff figured out. This stock is super, super cheap down here considering where it is. Now, by the way, if you're longer term, if you're like a year plus out, I mean, I could see this thing back to this gap fill. At some point, it's going to fill that gap. So, I mean, it's just a matter of how long you want to hold it for. But this in the short term, this is looking like a beautiful bull flag. The reversal here, I love how this moved up. And then notice how it didn't pull back. So it's moved up, and now it's consolidating. It's breaking above both moving averages. I'd like to see confirmation tomorrow, but at that point, again, this thing should be off to the races, heading for that 35.5 to 36 level here. Yeah, 30. This gap window is right around 36, or just a hair below 36. So you're looking at about $5, a little less than $5 upside here, potentially in the next month or so, month, 6 weeks, in my opinion. There's not a lot of stocks I want to go long out there. There's a few of them, as you guys know if you're members in the research center. There's not a whole lot because I think a lot of stocks are overvalued. We saw many stocks hitting new all-time highs. I've been calling for Amazon to get back to its all-time high, which it's up another 30-plus points today, so it's getting very, very close. I can bring up that chart real quick here. This broke out yesterday above this, and this is where. So look at how close it is. I mean, it's getting close. But once you get to these levels, I mean, these stocks you can't go long them now here on Amazon. I mean, it's just there's not enough reward for the risk you're taking just in case an unforeseen event occurs. But Kraft Heinz is definitely an old trusty name that they'll get their stuff figured out here, folks. I mean, this company's been around for way, way too long to be mired down in this lower level for this long for the foreseeable future. So they'll come out. In the very least, you're just looking for a technical play out of the bull flag here. If we go to the monthly, let's go to the weekly first. Take a look at the weekly. Look at this flag pattern. So the flag pattern moving up towards this 20 moving average, I think it'll break that. And again, you're going to go right in this range. So 35, 36. If we go to the monthly chart, by the way, look at this on the weekly. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you're basically coming into a time count, which means within the next week you should start seeing the bigger move come in. I don't think it'll get to target in the next week, but this should really start to make a nice move. And again, I think this has good upside to about 35, 36 in that range in the near term. So there you have it, folks. Let me go to quickly the monthly chart last just to see if there's anything different on that chart. Nope, that chart, yep, you can see, again, nothing much on this monthly chart. You can see it again where it should be headed. But beautiful setup, in my opinion. Again, the daily and the weekly really tell the tale here. Here's your daily chart. Look at that, above the two moving averages. and you just want to see a confirmation tomorrow, and this can start heading back towards gap window right there. All right, come join us at InTheMoneyStocks.com, folks. Again, what to say? I use the PPT methodology. Everything I do is technical. It generates an 80% success rate for swing trades. When in the chat room, we actually traded around 94% success rate. That's day trades. But for most of you out there that are watching this video, here's our website, by the way. You're going to be looking at doing the swing trades, which is underneath here, the Research Center right there. There's a free trial. If you want to see the Research Center track record, here it is. Just go under free market action, click right there, and look at this, folks. Yesterday, I closed out this stock 11.5% in 24 hours. SCO, which was a short on oil, 10%, 5% on gold here, a short there. Shop, we had a nice little gain there. I mean, look at all these gains. And now, again, don't get me wrong, I do have losses. You can see them down here. I haven't had a loss in a while. I've been on a nice streak. But still, you have 3%, 2.5%, almost 3, so 2.5, 1.5 there, just a fractional loss there. But again, I mean, if you want your account to mirror this, you just come and follow our trades and you will get a mirroring result. Now, again, this is if you put all your money in every trade. I never recommend that. At most you should be putting 10% in each trade, but even then you're up 30% this year. S&P is not even up much this year. So, I mean, keep that in mind. The outperformance is awesome, and I have a bunch of trades that will play out very shortly, like KHC, which you guys just heard me talk about. So bottom line is, come join us here at InTheMoneyStocks.com, folks, and take the free trial. Take care.